Hey, great Friday evening, guys. Sorry. Katie! Good evening, Katie. Good evening, good evening. Uh, uh, uh. It's good to see you, Katie. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, El Gallo de Joe Valdez. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, Alejandra. Good evening, good evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, guys, and it is Friday night, so we expect to have very few people on tonight. So I'm going to want to say that we're going to probably have a short show today. I want to say that, but usually when I say that we're going to have a short show, we wind up not having a short show. But there's some things that we would address in regards to what happened today and what happened yesterday, and have invited a couple of folk to come on. Again, just saying this again: anyone running for office, Mr. De Los Santos, Ms. Puente Bradshaw, Mr. Carlos Elizondo, Mr. Velez, Mr. Valdez, Mr. Ben Nees, Commissioner Ben Nees, Mr. Pedro Cardenas, Commissioner Gowan, Ms. Peña, anyone that wants to come on, guys, please open invitation. Open invitation to come on. As I've stated before, I'll say this again, guys, an open invitation to anyone, guys, anyone that is an elected official that wants to come on. Please, este, please come on. And and again, guys, I welcome it very, very much so. But with that said, I will address what happened this morning, and I'll address it completely, and I'll give you my take. We'll say the pleasantries first, and then we'll get into it, and then we'll speak a little bit on what happened last night. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. We voted for you and Joe today. Mwah. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Thank God it's Friday. Se puso bueno los cybercatos. Uh, a little bit, and I'll go into it. And look, I know that it is interesting for a lot of the individuals out there to see, I guess, individuals fighting online. But again, I'll share with you my difference, what I see is different, and then we'll go on from there. And again, we don't have to agree, but I'll give you my take on stuff. Erasmo, Bravo cheese, but it says ice tray. Ice tray. Hey, I see that. No shows on the weekend means long shows on Friday nights. No, 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 no. Let me tell you guys, Friday night is usually a lower audience night, and that's mostly because it's Friday night. People are out and about, which I can respect that, guys. I figured that a couple more people were going to be watching on tonight because of what happened this morning and what happened last night, but that's not the case. But we'll talk about both and see how long it lasts. We love you, Mr. Castro. No amount of Musk money can change that. We'll talk about that as well. ¿Qué te pasa, Sharky? Trey was invited to Manny behind the mic, but Trey said no because he said he doesn't have to spread the filth and doesn't defend himself. Yeah. Right. We'll talk about that too. Jimmy! Love you, Jimmy. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, Albert, my man. Love you, Baba. Good evening. Voted today for the cheese. Thank you, Rolando. Love you. Appreciate that, man. I don't think you're going to have a low audience. Give it a few minutes. I'm sure people will log in because of what happened. Well, let me tell you what I have experienced, guys. What happened? We'll go over it today. Let me tell you what I have experienced, folks. One of the things that I have experienced in these past couple of days is the amount of people that are actually viewing the show via YouTube. And I appreciate that, guys. I think it was some like 5,000 some views. I'm going like, damn, that got more views than the ice thing where the pileup happened in Fort Worth. So I was like, wow, more power too. Maybe we should get more controversial stuff going, and I'll get more views and I'll get a little bit more cash. But we'll talk about that. Smash that blick button. Guys, yes, if you're on YouTube, click on that click on that sucker. Please, I'd appreciate that. How did you get 5,000 likes and 300 views? I honestly, and I promise you, I honestly don't get it. I don't understand. I didn't even see that. And then on the other one, it had uh, 5,000 views and like 300, no, like 36 likes, something like that. It was crazy. I don't know. I honestly don't know how that happened. I don't know if it was a glitch. I honestly don't know. I don't get it. Honestly, don't get it. I don't understand it that much. Vote no. Proposition 8. Is that the fair practices one? Let me know. Good evening. Good evening. One. Good evening. Good evening, Elda. Good evening. Guys, I'm going to talk about what happened this morning. Let me say, guys, uh, one of the differences, and I know that Frank wanted to say, oh, Erasmo versus Trey, and put it out there like we're going to be fighting each other, guys. And look, I'll respond to anything that is out there, folks. I really will. I'll respond to anything that is out there. But there is a difference, guys. There is a difference. Erasmo Castro is a candidate for city commission, guys. Trey Mendez is the mayor of the city of Brownsville, guys. There's a certain level of decorum and of constraint that an elected official should have in regards to the individuals that he represents, guys. And let me say, the post that I shared had to do with the money that was coming in from Elon Musk, guys. So that's that simple. Probably because there are 5,000 watching, but 300 subscribers. Maybe. I'm not sure. And if we could hold off on the comments, because then I'll be threatened wanting to go back to the comments. Let me finish my spiel, and then we'll go onto the comments. And I'll let folks ask questions. Hola, here at the bike trail. Have fun. Guys, there's a certain decorum and a certain level of, you know, position that you have to hold when you're addressing individuals from the community, guys. Uh, you have to maintain your cool. You have to maintain your calm. And let me say, guys, my post was concerning the monies that were coming into the city of Brownsville and my fear in regards to the monies being squandered or being used to enrich the mayor. Again, guys, who owns property downtown, owns a business downtown. Guys, that is a fact. You cannot negate the fact that the mayor owns businesses downtown, has property downtown, has a vested interest downtown. Guys, we cannot negate the fact. So does Commissioner Gowan. So does Commissioner Neese, and you better believe Commissioner Cowan and Commissioner Golonsky, guys. It's not far fetched. And again, guys, my stance continues to be: why not use those monies in order to better that which actually serves the city as a whole? It's my comment, guys. But something that happened last night again happened this morning. A member of the PUB board, Tim Lopes, came out with a low blow. And the reason he came out with a little low blow was because, guys, I was calling them out on their job performance while on the PUB board, guys. It's that simple. Their job performance on the PUB board, guys. I didn't go try and attack him personally, guys. I didn't. I never have. And for me, guys, I've never made it personal, guys. It's always been about business. Mayor Mendez is the mayor of the city of Brownsville. He should expect individuals are going to ask him questions and call him out. It comes with the territory, guys. Board member Tim Lopes, guys, when he was accepting the position to be on PUB board, should have known that there was going to be criticism, especially when they haven't done their job. They haven't produced anything for the city of Brownsville, folks. And again, I challenge them to show us that we're wrong. They haven't, guys. In just 2 words: February freeze. But last night, Tim Lopes decided to throw his little jabs in regards to being arrested and resigning from the BISD board, guys. They were low blows. And then they want to say, and then he came out to say that the reason for my rhetoric was political. No, Mr. Lopes, uh, PUB board member, what you and the mayor did, that was political because y'all are pushing your candidate, Rose Gowen, Ben Neese, and Mr. De Los Santos. So that way, everything stays the same, guys. Nothing changes, guys. And that's what they want. They want things to stay the same. Mayor Mendez is emboldened by Tim Loeb's comments last night and attempts to use the same ones this morning, saying that, you know, between him, myself, and Mr. Me, myself, and Mr. Elizondo, he was the only one that didn't have a mugshot. And let me say, guys, again, I weighed in my head how to respond to that comment, guys. I weighed in my head how am I going to respond to this comment because I could have easily gone the Trey Mendes route, the Tim Lopes route, and said, "Well, Mayor Mendez, aren't you endorsing candidates, Mayor Mendez? Are you not concerned in regards to mugshots whilst endorsing candidates, Mayor Mendez?" But again, I opted not to do that. So I wouldn't have to drag other people into the fight because I am not going to go that route, folks. My concerns in the post were towards his job performance as mayor of the city of Brownsville, guys. As mayor of the city of Brownsville. It's that simple, folks. It wasn't personal, it was business. Mayor Mendez decided to make it personal. And of course, all the Brownsville caca, all the Brownsville crap comes out and applauds the mayor and applauds the mayor. And he loves people to come out and applaud him because he's not used to people come out and calling him out on his crap. But you know what, folks? At the end of the day, look, guys, if people want to continue to eat crap in the city of Brownsville, guys, if people want us to continue to be stagnant, guys, so be it. It is what it is. And welcome to the show, Joe. Sorry you came in at a very drastic moment.
I know I
But,
missed your intro.
but let me say, guys, and I knew when I was coming into this race, guys, I knew I was coming into this race having not only having Rose Gowen as my opponent, I knew that I was going to also be running against Ben Neese and Mayor Mendez. I knew I was going to run against them, guys. And look at Ben Neese's post where he's putting all this crap about the BCIC board, guys, and the monies that they're getting. Doesn't matter how much money they get. The question is, are you, the small business owner of the city of Brownsville, going to get that money? Yes or no? And the answer is no. That money is going to go to their compadres, guys. It's that simple. And again, I want these folks to prove me wrong. It's just that simple, guys. Just prove me wrong. And it's the third time, guys, that Ben Neese has come after me, not after Joe Valdez, not after his other opponents. He's come after me. He came after me during the CDCB forum. He came after me during the police forum. He came after me today in regards to a post. And he came after me during the forum that was held by the Cameron County Democratic women, guys. For some reason, they all seem to think that I'm the threat. And you know what, guys? They better believe that I am. Because as much everyone out there, or a lot of the people out there, want to kiss the butt of the mayor and the city commissioners, I refuse. I am not going to bend myself over, pucker up, and kiss their behind. I'm not going to do that. And you know why? I can't afford to do stuff like that, guys. I can't afford to do stuff like that because my job is a lot far more ranging than having to be at peace or be kind to Trey Mendes, guys. It's that simple. When Trey Mendes does a great job, I'll be out there applauding him. When he does a crappy job, I will be calling him out. And he could take all the low blows that he wants at me. I'm okay with it. I'm a big boy. I'm not going to go cuddle up in a little corner and cry my balls out, my eyeballs out. I'm not going to do that, guys. He may want to do that. That's his business. It's not mine, guys. It's that simple, guys. And again, I'm going to say this again. If you think for a second that the mayor, Ben Neese, Rose Gowan, John Cowan, Nerith Kalansky are not benefiting, guys, from downtown money that's coming in regards to revitalization, then you don't know. You're not from. He came after me. What?
No, my phone came on when I grabbed it.
Great. Otra vez. But again, guys, let me say, guys, I can take the little jabs that Tim Lopes brought on last night, and I'll take them again tonight. But guys, one of the things that I've learned in my time is you never make things personal, guys. And he may think, well, Erasmo's being personal because he's calling me out on my job performance. No, sir, you're an elected official. You're the mayor of the city of Brownsville. You have to hold yourself to a certain decorum, to a certain degree, certain level, certain stance. But if you want to do the what Frank said in regards to, hey, let's do a free for all, then come on the show. I've invited you. Come on the show and let's throw it out here. But you're in regards to the filth, because he went out there and stated, well, it's just filth that you're spreading. Show me that it's filth. Show me that it's filth. And guys, as much as he may want to say, oh, well, I have nothing to worry about, he may mention about that as well. You have nothing to worry about. That may be fine. And I uttered, those are the same words that Sylvia Atkinson uttered right before she got arrested. And again, guys, I'm sorry. Trey Mendez swore in and continues to support Adela Garza. And I'm sorry, guys. Again, the fact of the matter is Trey Mendez was and probably still is a business partner with Sylvia Atkinson. Am I wrong, Joe?
No, you're not wrong.
Business partner with Sylvia Atkinson, guys. It's that simple, folks. It's that simple. So again, guys, more power to him and his little 30-minute little rant that he took. More power to him. I'll answer some questions and we'll come back and finish. Most of these people have gained large amounts of wealth from the city position. They don't want people being held accountable. They rather have arguments on social media than actually answer people's questions. 100%, I don't. And again, just answer the questions. That's all you have to do. Now, in regards to the stance of me claiming that we're stagnant, Trey Mendez seems to think that we're not. Ben Needs comes and says that we're not stagnant. But again, guys, I produced the chart that the CDCB here in Brownsville, Texas, the one that they support, guys. And in turn, this group, guys, they're not out there supporting Erasmo Castro. The CDCB, they're supporting my opponent, and they're supporting uh, they're supporting my opponent. They're supporting Ben Neese. They're supporting these people, the same people that produced that report, guys. And that report clearly states we are stagnant. So why did they get offended with that, Joe? Why?
They don't like the negative spotlight, and you seem to be casting it on them.
Well, and and that's part of what we get at. I'm sorry, folks. No one is calling these people out. No one except me. They're not calling them out on the other shows. And no disrespect to the other shows, guys. They have their own little niche thing. No one's calling them out, guys. No one. Who in the city of Brownsville actually stands up to the city commission? And I'm very proud when the Fronton people went out there and stood up for what they believe to be the right thing. They're in your district, Joe, and they were upset that they weren't heard, that these people were of the kiss the ring mentality, and told them to jump through hoops in order to get the name of the street changed back. And this commission and this mayor spit in their face. Am I lying, Joe?
Nope.
You want to elaborate on the Fronton people situation?
The thing is that they have their own agenda, and it doesn't matter what their constituents ask or what's best for the community. It's where do they get more bang for their buck, and where are they going to get more contributions for campaigns. So it is what it is. We are underserved in District 4, just like we are in 3 and the rest of the city. So we absolutely need change.
Thank you to my buddy Joe who brought me candies from Spain. I've already finished them. Look, guys, at the end of the day, guys, and to the people that were out there kissing the butt of the mayor, putting these little hearts, look, guys, at the end of the day, you can applaud him all you want. Our children are still not coming back to Brownsville, guys. We're still the poorest community in the country. We're still stagnant, guys. The median has not increased, guys, in 19 years. No, I'm sorry, 9 years, guys. That's what I'm getting the information from the chart. Guys, every other city in the valley is prospering. We're not, guys. We're not. What's so funny, Joe?
I see a comment that's coming. It's funny.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's get to him there. Where am I? Where's my? There it is. Women training to counseling. They are enverged in insanity. Let us pray they do. They're crazy. Brando Caca. I love that. Hey, Joe. I went to vote at SMBL, and I was the only one there voting. Those people that were working, they were so happy to finally have someone show up. People go vote. So many complain, but they don't vote. Betty Rubble, I need your help. Please come. Southmost Library. Good evening, Rolando. Good evening. A 905 Hitler. Det fjärden. Look at Erasmo. The bottom line is if things change, they're afraid of the auditing. They know they are to stay together or all hell will break loose and the truth be told. Joe?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with that more. I mean, I that's one of the things that's happening is that it's sink or swim. So it's gonna, they gotta support and stay as status quo.
Let me tell you, Ben. Yes, they're afraid, guys. They want Trey Mendes is desperate to keep his clique, keep his majority on that board, guys, because he knows that if individuals that are not part of his clique come into office, guys, he knows that everything changes for him and everything will be exposed. Everything, guys. Castro, since you have a business downtown, will you be benefiting from the monies as well? If not, why will you not? Because I'm not part of the clique. Look, Frank. It's very simple, Frank. You would think, we've had our office building downtown, and you've been to our office building. You've seen them. You've taken pictures of them. We have our office building downtown. We've been there, Joe, for 42 years, Joe. 42 years. So let me tell you, you would think, oh, well, they're going to benefit from something that's going to happen in regards to downtown, guys. We're not. And the reason we're not, Frank, is because it's the same thing that happened with the BCIC money. One of the things that Mayor Mendes went out there and stated was, BCIC granted eight $10,000 gifts, grants to people. Guys, do you know anyone that benefited from those $10,000 gifts, grants? Didn't. And you know what, Frank? We applied for them. And look, we have every right to apply for them. We've been in business, Joe. We've been in business for 42 years in the same spot. We own the building, Joe. So you would think that after years of paying taxes to the city of Brownsville, because unlike my opponent, unlike Rose Gowen, unlike Ben Neese, unlike Trey Mendes, unlike John Cowan, guys, we pay property taxes on the property we own downtown, unlike Nerith Kolonsky, guys. They don't pay taxes, guys. So we've paid taxes for 42 years. You would think, Joe, that we'd be considered for a BCIC grant. We're not. They place the expectations to the point that only their compadres can get them. So we get nothing. But look, Frank and Joe, okay, Erasmo's family doesn't get anything. Te la paso. We're okay, guys, financially. Not great, but we're okay. What about the other struggling business, Joe, in District 4 that aren't okay, Joe? Who represents them, Joe? Who fights for them, Joe? Their commissioner?
No, unless they kiss the ring.
Unless they kiss the ring. That is very unfortunate. Ah, hey, Al. Rodney! Finally, love you, man. Remember the Armando Villalobos, Ray Marchand? Oh, I remember, guys. I remember. My hope is that the people of Brownsville remember and know that nothing has changed from the Conrado Cantu, Abel Limas, the Villalobos, the Lucios, the Solis, the Marchands, Sylvia Atkinson, guys, the Adela Garza. Nothing has changed, guys. And it's not going to change until you come out and vote. And you come out and say, no more, no mas. We want something different. The mayor sucks. His only legacy is that he removed a piece of Brownsville history. And I made mention of this on a show that I was just on. I'll say it again, guys. The mayor is a coward. City commissioner cowards. They pandered. They bent over backwards, guys, to a group of individuals who came in from Austin and Dallas and everywhere else and demanded that a rock be removed, guys, in the middle of the night. They're very easy to listen to people in the same little niche culture of theirs, guys. They're not as outspoken to listen to you. And look, guys, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I went that morning, that afternoon, to that little event that these people had. Guys, they were celebrating that they had made the Brownsville City Commission bend over. They were celebrating, guys. And no one told me this. I was there. And then they marched themselves to the Robert E. Lee Center, guys, youth center here at Jacob Brown Auditorium. And they said, this is next, guys. And what I warned my friends out there, my fellow pastors, my fellow religious folk out there, what I warned them was they came for the rock. They're going for the youth center, guys. And next they're coming for our churches, guys. Mark my word. And look, guys, I'm sorry. I've been asked this question, and I'm going to say this again, guys. I am against the LGBTQ task force. I have been against the LGBTQ task force since its inception, guys. I was against the pride flag flying on city buildings, guys. I'm still against the pride flag flying in city buildings. We need flags on our city governmental buildings that are inclusive of everyone, not a selected group, guys. And I have nothing against anyone that is part of the LGBTQ community. On the contrary, I love my people in the LGBTQ community, guys. I love them to death. But no one should get preferential or special treatment, guys. Guys, listen, folks, guys, we had a proclamation, guys, a proclamation from the city of Brownsville, guys, to the drag queen movement here in the city of Brownsville. A proclamation, guys. And again, I don't have anything against anyone that wants to be a drag queen, guys. Nothing at all. But do they deserve a proclamation because they are part of the LGBTQ community and they're drag queens? Do they deserve a proclamation? Guys, this isn't Dallas, Houston, Guys, do you know that this commission went out there and applauded, publicly applauded, this mayor publicly applauded that a drag queen was reading books to our children at the library, guys? I'm sorry, guys. Most of my people, a lot of the people here in the city of Brownsville disapproved. Disapproved. And again, guys, as an individual, you can go out and do anything you want. We just don't, we have the right to applaud or not to applaud it. Joe, your take.
I agree. I absolutely would never support policy that would infringe on one person's right at the behest of of another group or of an individual. I mean, this task force to demand that businesses be fined for refusing services or such is it's ridiculous. I would never support policy that would take away a person's or a business's rights for the rights of another. I mean, everyone's entitled to their rights, and I have nothing against the community. It's just that it's exactly what you're saying. I mean, sooner or later they will start coming for the church, and if we have an administration like what we have now, there's no stopping them or any other group.
There's no stopping them. And let me say, and I think Joe's referring to the fair ordinance amendment that's on the ballot, guys. Let me say, guys, is that if you are, and I'll give you an example. If you are a wedding planner, you're a wedding planner, and individuals that want to get married and you opt not to because of your religious beliefs, guys, you are in trouble. You will be in trouble. I'm sorry, guys. This is not Seattle. This is not Austin, Texas. This is not Houston, Texas, guys. This is Brownsville, Texas, guys. The rights must be in the citizens as a whole, not a specific group, guys, and much less any groups that are coming in from Austin, Dallas to try to influence their leftist, socialistic stance or beliefs on our people. Guys, this is still America, guys. This is still United States of America, and this is still Texas, where we preserve the rights that were granted to us by our forefathers in the Constitution of the United States. I am a constitutionalist, guys, and I will fight for everything that is implemented in the city of Brownsville to go according to the Constitution, because it is part of the oath that is taken, guys, when one is sworn in to an elected office and elected position. So sorry, Mayor Mendez. Sorry, Tim Lopes. Sorry, Ben Nee. Sorry, Rose Gowan. Sorry, all those other commissioners out there that are desperately fighting for things to remain the same. I will continue to fight for the rights of the people of Brownsville as a whole and not bend over to some niche little group of you. John White and both Wayne police accounts are in jail. Socialist state. Sorry. And then people post on Trace page that they are happy with the economic boom that Brownsville has gone through the past 10 years. Like, really, bro? There's no economic boom. Right? And look, I shared the chart that was produced by them that clearly states that we're stagnant. These are facts. Joe, have we seen an economic boom in the city of Brownsville in the past 10 years?
Well, some people have, Erasmo. Maybe not any that would help our economy or the people that are struggling to make bills, but there's a certain group that they've certainly seen some improvement in economic growth.
Guys, a city that benefits the few is a sad city to live in, guys. So yes, I like that water that you got there. So yes, guys, as the mayor, huh?
Go ahead. You'll see the text. I'm actually I don't know if to be worried or happy.
Let me say, guys, Mayor Mendez making a buck. Commissioner Golonsky, Commissioner John Cowan, Commissioner Ben Neese, Commissioner Gowan continuing to make money, guys. If you consider that a boom, more power to you guys. I represent everyone in the city of Brownsville and most in the city of Brownsville, guys, as per the charts that were produced to us, guys, have not seen that economical boom growth. They haven't. That economic boom is non-existent, guys. They're struggling. And something that someone shared, I can't remember who shared it with me. It might have been you, Joe. It might not, because you're not that bright. I don't remember who it was, but someone shared with me, and they said, Erasmo, take into consideration the reason that we are doing halfway well right now is because of all the money, stimulus money that's coming down, all the unemployment money, all the other assistance and aids that's been coming in from the federal government, guys. Can you imagine, guys, the city of Brownsville without the $8,400 that some people received last month, guys? I mean, goodness gracious, guys. And as much as people want to dog about unemployment and food stamps and everything else, guys, let me tell you, and I was screaming this months ago, guys. I want every single dollar that can come to Brownsville to come to Brownsville, guys. I just want it in the pockets of the people, not in the pocket of Trey Mendez, not in the pocket of Rose Gowan, and definitely not in the pocket of Ben Neese, guys. It's that simple. Why is that so hard? So all those people that were out there cheering Trey on, guys, is that the kind of mayor that you want? A social media warrior? Or do you want someone that's actually going to fight for the people of Brownsville, guys? It's that simple, guys. And let me say, I could have gone low blows as well. I decided not to, out of respect for other candidates in this race, guys. Out of respect for other candidates in this race, I didn't go there, guys. I could have. I opted not to, guys. You know what? Because I was going to be the bigger man. And I'm not making fun of Trey being short. Show change the batteries of that fire detector.
It might have been my phone. I was getting messages. Otherwise, it's the cricket at Erasmo's office.
I still have that damn cricket. La mamá me vas a hacer. Ya mamá me hace llorar, dijo na, 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 na. Trey and all of the other politicians are for the people only when they need votes. As soon as they win, they only think about themselves. And let me say, guys, let me say this in parentheses, guys. We've got them running, guys. They're desperate. We've got them running because even Rose Gowan, La Chimoltrufia, is going out there, guys, and actually attending forums. She's actually attended forums. Joe, you know she never done that, Joe? 4 years ago, she didn't even show up. Oh, well, you heard her say that.
Yeah.
She didn't even show up for the forums 4 years ago, guys. Didn't. This time, she's been on all of them. All of them. She even was on Cameron County Geezers, guys. Geezers of Cameron County. I was amazed. I was amazed that she would even come out on that program. But you know why they're coming out, Joe?
Why?
She's coming out because they're worried. Because the numbers, my friends, the numbers out there tell them they have something to worry about. And they're afraid of the two candidates in District 3 that are not their golden child. They are concerned with the two candidates in my race that is not their golden child. And they're concerned with the candidates from District 4 that are not their golden child. They are concerned. And they should be concerned, Joe. They
Yes,
should. Because the people of Brownsville, folks, I'm going to say, are tired, guys. Are tired of getting the short end of the stick. Jessica, do you agree that the candidates, the mayor, the commission are concerned, and that's one of the reasons why they've opted to go try and take those little low blows?
And by low blows, you mean, hi, Joe.
Hi.
What low blows? I thought you were talking about them being on the other shows.
Oh no, no. Yesterday,
Oh,
one of the PUB board members came on and tried to do you know, arrested and resigned. And today, Mayor Mendez went out there and said, "Well, you know, I don't have a mugshot, and you
oh,
know,
right, right.
there's to it." And again, I'd never seen this before from a sitting mayor. I mean, again, it is goes way beyond, way beneath him as the mayor of the city of Brownsville.
I agree. And I'll tell you what, at
But
least,
let me finish
oh,
my idea, and then you give your
yeah,
take. My idea is, and again, I made mention of this, Joe, before you came on. Commissioner Gowan has been to every single forum, and she made mention at the forum that we were in yesterday that, you know, she didn't go last year, and it
oh,
seems like
right.
they're concerned, they're worried because they're seeing their control over the city of Brownsville possibly slipping away May 1st. Jessica.
No, you're right. You're right. And I did see that comment that you mentioned about from the mayor about the mugshots. That was very low. I mean, it's come on. And I will say this, Mayor Martinez, you know, several years ago was that's one thing about Mayor Martinez. He didn't get involved in that. Now we could say, well, he didn't get involved at all, but at least he had more class and decorum when it came to the position. And Mayor Mendez, unfortunately, doesn't have the skin for the position of mayor, and you have to take the blows. And I think that you mentioned it, and in the other program, you have to just take it. You can't just attack back, because the position of a sitting uh, leader, office holder, is much different than a candidate. And so he's lowering himself to the fray, if that's what you want to call it. You know, if we want to say we're the fray. Where's candidates trying to get the truth out? We're trying to get our opinions out. We're trying to get knowledge to the people so that they can make an informed decision when they go out to the polls. His job is to either disprove it through his actions, but he shouldn't be jumping in here trying to, demean anyone. And this idea of him endorsing publicly, and then when confronted by people, he says, well, it was on my private page. Now come on. So
There's
I
no
think
private
that
life.
what's that?
There's no private life when you're the mayor of the city of Brownsville.
There's no private life when you're an elected official. Even your private page is not private anymore. Your Twitter is not private. The only private conversation, if that, is the one you have at home with your family, and even that could be recorded by your own child and then put out into the internet. So I think that they are concerned, because they're seeing people wake up, and they're seeing people not only wake up, but they're asking questions, and that makes people uneasy.
Well, let me say something, Jessica, because when the comment came out, you know, we all know the candidates that Mayor Mendez is out there endorsing and pushing with his people. You know, when the comment came out, I was surprised because, Jessica, and I'll say this, I could have taken that low road, Jessica. You know, because if the mayor was talking about mugshots, then he neglected to mention individuals that, you know, he might be endorsing.
Right.
And you know,
Right.
and again, and I opted not to throw it out there publicly, Jessica,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want to drag someone else into the fray, into the realm. But if we're going to get into the little mud and throw mud back and forth, you know, hey, the no holds barred. The
Right.
individual is someone that's running for office anyway. You know, I could
Yeah.
have gone that route. I took the high road, and I decided not to go that route and not to bring another candidate into the fight
Mm-hmm.
out there. But they don't do that because if his fight was with me, he dragged in Carlos Elizondo into the
Mm-hmm.
fight. So let me tell you, I was this close, Jessica, saying like, well, what about your endorsed candidate, Mayor? Are you going to discuss about his multiple mugshots?
Right. Multiple mugshots.
You know,
And,
and again, we didn't go that route. We haven't just I have not heard one single candidate ever go down that route. But we're getting it from the mayor of the city of Brownsville. That's what I think is very unfortunate.
it is unfortunate. I mean, you're absolutely right. And he has ties political and personal ties with individuals, not just the one he's endorsing, who has mugshots, right, of the two, but people that have helped him in his campaigns, who have held signs for him, who are of questionable morals, right, or ethics at the very least. But yeah, he didn't need to go there. He shouldn't go there. I mean, I would ask the mayor to please not go there because it looks bad. And here's the thing: people that are watching Brownsville, and people are watching Brownsville. Elon Musk and his foundation are watching Brownsville. I can guarantee you that someone is keeping tabs on what is coming out of his mouth, on what is being said, what's on his page. And so this looks terrible.
And look, and he got upset because I went the Sylvia Atkinson and the De La Garza route. Again, Sylvia Atkinson was an elected official, guys, and she is now a convicted felon, an guilty of 8 counts of bribery, guys. Guilty. And we all know she did it. There's no doubt in anybody's mind. Guys, De La Garza, I mean, Trey swore her in. He was the one that gave the keynote speech saying what a great individual she was after we all knew, because of what came out in the trial, that Adela Garza had done in regards to making that fake company called Sunshine Solutions, not making this stuff up, guys. These are facts. Mm-hmm. Sunshine Solutions, where they were going to take money from the school districts, right, take money from the college, take money from the university, and anywhere else that they could. Guys, I'm sorry, guys. That money is your money, your children's money, guys. That's the De La Garza that Trey Mendes was out there supporting, guys, with all his heart. Tim Lopes said exactly the same thing. He admitted to it, guys. Admitted to it. So don't get on your little platform, Mayor, even if it makes you 2 feet taller. Don't get on your platform out there, makes you normal size of 5'8". Don't get on that platform, Mayor, and come out and try to throw little mud at me and expect me to grin and bear it. With that said, I opted not to bring another candidate into the mix out of respect for that other candidate. Out of respect for that other candidate. I didn't do it. And I'm proud that nobody else has done it. But isn't it shameful that the mayor went there?
It's absolutely very, very shameful. I'll just say one thing and then sorry, Joe, I'll let you talk.
No. I mean,
viewers, right now, just please understand when Erasmo says, and Erasmo's running his race, I'm running mine, and I'm using Erasmo's platform to be able to speak. And I think that's also why Joe is here, because now also things are being said that somehow we're slates and things like no, none of that. Erasmo has a show and he has a platform, and he's invited me as a guest, and I'm here as a guest so that I can get my message out, because nobody's looking at my page that much.
And everyone has been invited. Every single candidate has been invited.
Right. So here's the thing. I'm just going to let the viewers, maybe this puts it in perspective. When Erasmo said it's not negativity, when he says this is your money, think about it this way, folks. Every dollar that you put into TSC, every dollar that you put into BISD, every dollar that you put into the city is a dollar that you don't get to spend on your child, on repairs for your house, on your getting your nails done. I don't care. On feeding your dog, on going to the doctor.
Feeding your chickens.
What's that?
Feeding your chickens.
Yeah, feeding your chickens. So every dollar, yeah, exactly, right, Joe?
Both of y'all.
So every dollar that we put into them, they get to spend. We don't, they get to spend it. And we're trusting them to spend that money the right way. And we are taking that dollar out of our chicken's little mouth or our children's little mouth and giving it to them. And then they go and then create these ghost companies so that they can somehow now get paid for services rendered. That's what's happening, folks. That's what Erasmo is talking about.
What about your chickens?
Joe?
I didn't hear that. Was that?
What about your chickens?
What about my chickens?
Oh my God. Were you even paying attention to anything Jessica just said?
I was, but you'll understand, man. I'm dying for you to move those messages. I'm.
Oh.
But
es que no me ve.
no, No, not that move. I meant like actually go through them. But
I like to flip through the messages.
Ms. Jessica, first of all, I wanted to tell you, I'm glad you came in. I think you guys did a fantastic job on 3. The citizens of Bronzo are going to have a hard time. You guys seriously did a great job during that forum. I think all of you all made the sitting commissioners cringe every time any of you all stood up and talked. So you guys did really good. And the other thing, I'm so glad you came on, because I was going to ask Erasmo if he had an opportunity to talk to you about that comment you posted regarding the ballot. I read that and I was blown away. I could not believe that actually happened. So I'm dying to hear, I mean, from you
what happened. So I was actually, and I'll give you like the very vivid version. So I actually left the house today and I'm getting ready for an event tomorrow. And I told my husband, I said, I got to go get some jeans. So I go to Boot Jack. I'm on my way to Boot Jack. My hair was wet and that's why my hair looked a mess. So I'm driving and I get a friend call and says, Jessica, my son and his wife just voted. And I called them, said, go vote. So they went to the library and he's telling me kind of also, I'll scramble. And I'm like, okay, well, just be clear. He says, okay, they went in and they voted. They got the ballot. They just did the drive up. They got the ballot. They voted, returned everything. And then they called me and said, Dad, we just voted, but Jessica's name was not on the ballot. So he said, wait a second. And he confirmed with them, what's the address on your license? Yes, Dad. Well, what about on your card? Yes, Dad. So yes, then your address is in District 3. So he calls me and I said, send them back. So he sends them back. He calls them and we're like literally playing tag. And he calls them and says, go back. So they pull back up. They go to the library and say, excuse me, we just voted. This is really our address. And we have the wrong ballot. We were here to vote for for Jessica and she's not. And that's not who we voted for. Oh, we're so sorry. You're right. We gave you the wrong ballot. Here's the new ballot.
Oh my God.
So now they get to vote for Jessica and for the at-large and the propositions all over again. They return everything after insisting, by the way, changing their mind. They vote again. And now this ballot gets also inserted into the box. So now they have submitted 2 ballots, the correct one, which is now a provisional ballot, and the wrong one. So he calls me and says, Jessica, they just voted for you. And I said, this is ridiculous. So let me call, what's going to happen with this extra ballot? I even called Erasmo and I said, I need Remy Garza's phone number like right now. And so Erasmo sent it to me. I call Remy Garza and he tells, and I'm on hold. I said, I will hold. It took like a minute at most. And I get on the phone and I said, look, Remy, I'm trying to keep my composure because there's no reason for me to get loud, but this is what's happening. And he says, oh, well, that shouldn't have happened. And I said, so what's the deal? He says, well, the second ballot is now a provisional ballot. And because it's a clerical error, they'll write in the back that it's a clerical error. And it goes now to provisional, which means it'll be counted. They're like the last ballots to be counted because they have to look through them and make sure that they're legit. And I said, so what are the chances that this ballot with my name on it is now going to go through? He said, 99.9999%. And I said, okay, what about the other ballot? Well, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that ballot. It just is because once it's in the box, we can't take it out. We don't know. And so of course, Erasmo's concerned. He's like, is it now 2 votes for Erasmo or what, right? And I'm like, I don't care about you, Erasmo. And so that's what's happening. Now, here's the thing, guys. Or here's the thing, everyone, viewers. We now have a real ballot. And we have a ballot that is not real. How many people, though, however, are going through this drive-through and getting the wrong ballot and they don't know?
Absolutely.
And they're not going back to confirm. They're not going back to complain. They're just accepting it for what it is. Now, we can't have that. And so Remy himself on that phone call said, this shouldn't be happening. I said, Remy, please tell someone to double check it. He says, I will. I'll make a phone call. And he says, but it shouldn't be happening, especially with such a low voter turnout. It's not like they're whipping through there. And so that's what we're up against, everyone, is that we have, whether it's done on purpose, whether it's an accident, poll workers, maybe they're too young, they're not trained, they're tired, it's hot, I don't know. But he says that because of the lack of communication, that you're not in the area, you're in the drive-through and not inside. I'm like, that's no excuse. So that's exactly what happened. I don't know who
Especially
got
because
that extra vote.
they take your ID inside. So it's not like they're picking. So they're still going through the process of going inside. So that's not an excuse.
Right.
It's unacceptable. It's unbelievable. I couldn't believe when I read that on your post. It's crazy. I don't know. What do you think?
It's uncalled for, guys. And let me say, and I agree with what Jessica stated in regards to, guys, we're not having November numbers right now. It is very, very few people that are coming out to vote. There's no excuse, guys. And again, look, I understand. Again, I want to thank all my poll watchers and poll workers out there that are out there at the polls. We love what y'all are doing, guys. Thank y'all so very much. But please, guys, please. This is the case in point that we need CAVA, Citizens Against Voter Abuse, voter fraud, and everything other. Again, guys, I will want to believe that it's an isolated case, once in a lifetime mistake. Unfortunately, it's kind of sometimes hard to believe that happens down here. But let's see whose buildings get funds for beautify them. It's Gilligan's Island all over again. We know how it ends. Nothing changes. 100%. Let's go through these real quick. Has the commissioner ever been taken out of office because of all this corruption? And if so, what did the people of Brownsville have to do this with all these people now? Let me tell you, if you're referring to a commissioner, I will say that we have had judges, uh, district attorneys, we have had sheriffs, we have had board members, guys, that have been convicted of bribery. We have individuals that work in administration throughout the county and throughout the city, guys, that have been indicted in regards to bribe taking, in regards to the corruption. Unfortunately for us, the federal government who investigates this, because we can't expect this from local law enforcement, because a lot of times local law enforcement is part of the deal. Again, reference to Conrado Cantu, who was sheriff, guys. We depend on the federal government, and the federal government to finalize an investigation to bring it to court is like molasses, guys. Super, super slow. But once they have you, oh baby, they have you. Charlie Cablo would have been the better choice at this 100%. That's what happens to business owners. They get business tax credits because they bring money into the city. Let me tell you, let me say this again, guys. Elon Musk does not need, guys, tax credits. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. Does not need tax credits. And a lot of times I think that we sell ourselves short, guys, by offering all these tax abatements and all this tax money going everywhere and easing off taxes, guys. We sell ourselves short. Yvette, we have beautiful environment. We got beautiful wetlands. We got an ecological system that is precious to us all. And let me tell you, my fishing folk are upset. And you don't want to get my fishing folk upset, guys. They're upset, and they have every right to be. The other show do not comment on the fears of retaliation. Simply, they know it's not a good idea for comment. Might one be a lunchbox. So, mum's the word. Mum's the word. Ya di el mío. We need you to give more votes. Erasmo, so I've been wanting to open a small business downtown, and I have the location picked up. Will I be able to get some No, unless you're part of the compadre system, unless you're part of their clique. You receive nothing. When to vote today for you and Joe. Penny, love you.
Thank you.
Joe, change your smoke detector batteries. Why would they go after the church? Because it's the way that's going on. Jessica, do you agree with my assessment that individuals, they came for the rock from San Antonio, from Dallas, from other places, they want to remove now the Robert E. Lee Youth Center name from Jacob Brown Auditorium, and next they're going to come for our churches. Do y'all agree, disagree? It's the way.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mentioned it before. Some of these, we can call them radicals. People with these radical ideas they don't always come from Brownsville. They don't always come from our community. They're people, and I know that we don't like to believe it, but it happens in other cities where people are literally being bused to a location to create some sort of havoc or to just insert conflict. And so people get paid to do this, people thrive on this, people live their lives to be disruptors in this way. And so yeah, there's if it's happening in other communities, and you know what, a great example is Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a very mellow state. It's a beautiful state, by the way, very conservative, but they have been a target for people with these radical ideas to try to remove statues, references of God within their churches, public buildings. I mean, people people there don't have a problem with any of that, but they are they've been in the middle of it to the point where they actually had to eliminate all kinds of prayer from some of their public locations because satanic groups were coming in and say, well, if you're going to have Christian prayer, then you're going to have Satan prayer. And they just got to the point that, you know what, let's just have no prayer at all.
Because people bend over, like our city commission and our mayor bend over to these little niche groups. Erasmo, is Roy de los Santos in support of having drag queens read to our children at the public library? I'm not sure. I'm not going to come out and state someone else's stance in regards to a certain issue. I will say that Mr. de los Santos was one of the founders, I think, of the LGBTQ task force and sits on the board, guys. And I think it's one of the boards that he's mentioned that he will not remove himself from if elected, guys. So I don't think that there's any plans. Again, I'm not going to speak for the candidate, but because of the facts. And the individual that was in drag was, I think, the chairperson for the LGBTQ task force that was founded by Mr. Dos Santos. That I know. Joe, I made you a campaign poster.
Here's the one that I told you I didn't know if to be excited or scared.
Oh my God, I'm pretty behind. Liberty! Te lo va a vender Erasmo, se lo mandé a su inbox.
Let's see it.
I'm scared. Hold on, guys.
Let's see the facial expression.
Hold on, let me get it. Sorry, guys. I got to come back to this.
While you do that, give me a minute. I'm going to go get a light.
Go. A light? Miller Light? What? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, my God, my God. Yeah, Joe, you should be in fear. My God, my God, my God. Let me get it down, guys. My Lord.
No lo vi.
No, she hasn't proved it.
What was it?
We're gonna see it right now.
Oh,
my
okay.
Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Mike Pineapple, Mike Pineapple. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Joe, this needs to go on your push card.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, ready?
I'm ready.
A ver.
My goodness, my goodness, my goodness.
Oh,
Where'd you find my high school picture?
his high school photo.
with a chicken.
Mike, you're
Joe,
awesome.
This should go on your page, Joe. Oh my gosh, my gosh, my gosh.
Oh my God.
My goodness.
I love the chicken.
I love it. I love it too.
Oh my gosh, my gosh, my gosh. I only have a problem with those groups when they infringe on my rights because they want special treatment. Again, I agree with this comment 100%, guys. No one's, and I've made this, no one's special treatment should infringe on my rights, guys, or your rights, or anybody else's rights. My God, Joe, I can't stop looking at that damn picture. My goodness, my goodness. It is time for a change, and it starts with people voting, but the problem will always remain because people higher up on the ladder behind the scenes are the ones who pull the strings. They are the ones who are really in power. There seems like there's a boom because of all the free money being pumped into the country via stimulus. hay dinero. Everything is more expensive. Everything's trying to get the stimulus money. Yep. Just an example of how stagnant we are. Brownsville job growth 0.2% year 2018. McAllen job growth 2.4% year 2018. And again, guys, and then they go like, well, you can't compare McAllen to Brownsville. Who are we going to compare it to, guys?
Erasmo, can I add something to
Yeah.
that statement? So yesterday when we were at the forum, all three of us were there, and it was I will tell you what, it was a difficult forum for me, and Jonathan, my husband, was there, and we made a statement afterwards because I was very frustrated at some of the responses that our sitting commissioners were giving. But that's a whole nother show. They mentioned the police officers. Some individuals from Brownsville PD mentioned to my husband that they had to give up 2 years worth of raises
Yeah.
in order to make this contract, to make this thing work. Now that's 2 years worth of raises, and I believe the raise is a 3% increase. Correct me if I'm wrong. So so they're giving up a 3% increase 1 year and a 3% increase the next year. And I was explaining to the group of officers that I was talking to that if we do not grow the economy in Brownsville and we don't actively pursue this growth, we will stagnate, as we've seen, Erasmo, you mentioned it, and Joe, we will stagnate, and we won't ever increase the amount of money that we bring into the city, that we generate. How do cities solve this problem that Brownsville has right now? It's plain and simple. They grow the economy. When you grow the economy and you grow the tax base, and not the tax base of just the residences and the residential tax base, but the commercial tax base, industrial tax base, then you bring more money, you pump it into the economy, and then as you grow that budget, there is enough money to pay the 3% increase. I mean, hello, right? So if we have growth that is 0.2%, we're not growing quickly enough to be able to afford our police force, our officers, their retirement, et cetera, et cetera. Newsflash, other cities have to have police forces. Other cities have to provide retirement for their first responders and their other government city employees. And Ms. Rose Gowen, our current commissioner, said, well, we've got to think about everybody. You know what? Es la misma cosa aquí en la casa, right? If I don't have a job that pays me well enough, I can't hire somebody to mow my lawn, right? Or do I have the lawn guy come mow my lawn, but then I say, sorry, I can't pay you? Well, then they're either going to have to fire the lawn guy and do it yourself, or you're going to have to get a better job so that you can afford the lawn guy. And what we're doing right now is we are asking our first responders to sacrifice their time, life, and retirement and salaries because we're too easy. We're just going to wait for the next Elon Musk to infuse the next amount of money into our city. And you know what? $10 million is great to go pump into, whether it's our zoo or our downtown. But $10 million in and of itself is not enough to keep this economy generating and growing. We need actual employment, job growth, as Rolando is mentioning.
I agree. And let me say, guys, one of the things, Rolando, that I've been concerned with, and Jessica can attest to this, something that I shared yesterday at the forum. Oh, Joe was there too. He attested as well, but Joe's hardly saying anything. Guys, let me say, guys, I made mention it. I was at the forum 4 years ago, guys. 4 years ago with the same individuals, guys. 4 years ago. And they are still concerned with matters that they brought up 4 years ago when they endorsed Rose Gowen, who didn't even show up to the damn forum. And I told them, I said, guys, 4 years ago, y'all had the same concerns. They have done nothing to better your situation. Guys, Rose Gowen went out there and called them fat. Get healthy. And then you don't have to worry about your benefits. You don't have to worry about your insurance. Just stop being so fat. She said.
Oh, she did say that. Yeah, that was a disaster. I don't know what you thought about that, Joe, but I was floored. I was like, it's saying you don't. Who cares if you don't have insurance? As if you're unhealthy, then it doesn't matter that you have retirement because you're not going to enjoy your retirement. I thought, no.
You're on mute, Joe. You're on mute. cricket man.
That's why you couldn't hear me talking, Jessica. She told them, get healthy now, so when you
Yes.
don't retire, you're not worried about your insurance. I mean, that was absolutely crazy. But something I wanted to say, Jessica, before Erasmo interrupted me trying to talk. Um, so you were talking about hiring the person to cut your yard, right? I mean, one of the things you're not going to do is you're not going to bring in, or you're not going to hire a person to come and give you advice about who you should hire, or you're not going to hire someone and pay them $10,000 to tell you who you should or how you should cut your grass, where they should start, because that's what we're doing in the city of Brownsville. You know, we're investing in consultants to the tune of $1 million or close to $1 million. When we're paying, I mean, we talked about this in the forum, when we're paying top dollars for salaries for people that you would think for that amount of money, they would have the credentials that we wouldn't have to go outside and pay for consultants. But in regards to what you mentioned about the economy, we absolutely need to not just bring in industry and commercial, but we also need to hire our people. And one of the things I think that for the city is failing is we're trying to draw that interest, but we're not making any demands where in exchange for what we're giving up, we want assurances that you're gonna hire our people so that the money spent stays within our economy, and thus it helps us locally. And that's one thing that I think that we're not doing a good job at. And into the police department, they're giving up way too much. Brownsville PD, we're spending money. It costs money to hire a police officer. It costs money to train them, go through the whole process. And by the time you're done, you've made a significant investment in an officer. And we become, like I stated in the forum, we become a revolving door for other departments. We train them. We use really good officers to departments like McAllen or other, or Border Patrol, because they become stagnant and they don't have they're giving up their raises to keep their insurance, but now they're taking away their insurance even though they gave up. So it's a never-ending battle for them, and until they get the right representation in there, it's not going to change.
No, absolutely. 100% agree.
100%. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, Fighty Joe. Fighty spoke. So, will Elon Musk live here after downtown is revitalized? I say no. No, guys, I'm sorry. Elon Musk doesn't give a rest behind the buck.
No, but his people will, and I know that Elon Musk. Here, let me tell you guys something, and I'm sure this is not news for anyone, but I will say it anyway. When Jonathan first got a job with IBM, we actually we went from Texas, from Brownsville to Salt Lake City, and from Salt Lake City to San Jose, California. And so he got a job with IBM, and at the time, the businesses were incentivizing, future employees or people to apply. These are all Silicon Valley companies, and they were saying, you'd go to your job interview, but they would tell you things like, they would show you, but you get a lounge and you get free sodas and free snacks and you get a pool and you get daycare and you get yoga lessons. And it was like all these wonderful things. It was like resorts, like come work for us, or you get stock options, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what Elon Musk is doing. He's basically saying, hey, come here, work here. But what can he incentivize them with besides sand and water and great weather? They're going to want food and entertainment and concerts and things like that. And so I believe that that's what he's doing. He's doing this for his employees because that's what he wants. But to your point, Joe, is, and this is just the fact of the matter, is that his industry, the industry that he's bringing here, is not an employment type of industry. It doesn't employ a lot of people. It's very specialized. It takes very specialized degrees to work there. What them being here could provide is, yes, more restaurants, more tourism and leisure kind of jobs. It's like Las Vegas. Casinos move in and they have manager, they have overhead when it comes to the managers, but they need people to clean rooms, to be casino dealers, to serve food, to be waiters, chefs, cooks, whatever you call them. And it's okay to have that. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with those kinds of industries. Brownsville leadership is banking on the fact that SpaceX is going to be the solution to our problems. And no, that's such a specialized industry. We have to grow the economy in other ways that, frankly, our population, not all the population, but a huge part of our population can work at. And that's customer service. That's even entrepreneurship. People who can bake cakes for these people who can sell specialty sandwiches and cater, and people who, I don't know, you name it, right, who can clean pools, for example, who can build gazebos. And so it's okay to have SpaceX, but they're not going to be what is going to get us out of a rut.
No,
Uh-oh.
you won't say it, but I will. Trey talked about you and Carlos having mugshots. He did, but he endorsed Roy Los Santos, who has a mugshot. So I don't get his logic. Again, two. Thank you, Jessica. Guys, again, guys, it's those hypocritical little rocks that they throw because the rules don't apply to them, guys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Sylvia Atkinson is still to this day Trey Mendez's business partner, guys. Sylvia Atkinson to this day is still Trey Mendez's business partner, guys. Sylvia Atkinson continues to go to BISD meetings, guys, and still continues to push her vendors, guys. Adela Garza, guys, has already been discovered as a rata, guys, by the FBI, guys. By the FBI. Why isn't he upset about Adela Garza's illegalities, guys? And again, guys, let me say this, guys. As much as, and I'm not going to speak for Carlos Elizondo, Carlos Elizondo was proven innocent, guys. Innocent in regards to the accusations that were thrown against him, guys. Innocent. Sylvia was not, Trey. And let me tell you something, Trey. Adela Garza won't be either, because you'll be picked up pretty soon enough, Trey. And then who are you going to be? And let me tell you, the reason that Sylvia Atkinson's court date in regards to her sentencing, the reason that it has been moved forward and forward is because she's singing like a bird, bro. And you should be concerned, buddy, because you say you're not. But let me tell you, for her to get that little date pushed forward is because she's singing and she's throwing people under the bus. And remember, Mr. Mendez, Mayor Mendez, you are her business partner. Annalisa, no. It's you, Joe. When you were on, I heard alarm detector beep. Check and change the batteries. It's not Erasmo's cricket. Don't go low out of respect. Being a bigger man, they don't like you. You're a piece of crap regardless how you handle it to them and the supporters. Let the low blows fly. I'm just made of a different caliber, I'm, keep the high road. Woo!
You just let Mike do the memes for you or the pictures for you.
Let me tell you, I am not. I'm going to I'm going to confess something tonight. I'm in love with Mike Pineapple. I am in love with you, Mike. I am in love with you. You know that.
I don't know what kind of business he's in, but that he's got some talent when it comes to that Photoshop, man. He's
amazing. 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 What is Gallons doing with the campaign contribution monies? She's just recycling those signs. Have you seen her pictures? My Lord. Are any of you out there who don't know the Brownsville firefighters endorsed Ben Neese and Roy Los Santos but did not host a forum? That doesn't make any sense. Just ill-informing the community.
Snoopy, SA, Texas. I mentioned that I'm like, I never got a phone call. Did you, Joe?
Nope, not at all.
Get an invitation. I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, really, wow. I think that's an important point to bring out to the public. These endorsements, when they don't even take the time to meet the candidates, even just for show, they don't mean anything, everybody. They don't mean anything except special interests. Please be aware of that. And if you are part of that department, doesn't mean just because someone at the high levels endorsed doesn't mean you have to vote that way. Because your vote is secret. They can't see it.
Amen. Hablo la verdad y picas.
Unless it was me that was endorsed, then you definitely vote that way too.
Let me say, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Look, but and I love the firefighters, guys. I've had my ins and outs with the association that ultimately decides these things. I did have a conversation with, the president, I think it was, and I made mention that what was their choice in regards to the at large, and they opted not to endorse in the at large. And again, more power to them, guys. Again, I disagree with the fact that there was no forum, no opportunity to speak to their membership, and I appreciate the Brownsville Police Officers Association actually having a forum. I wish we could have recorded it, but that's neither here nor there. Mr. Vela said, Brownsville is no longer the poorest city because we have SpaceX. I mean, you actually sat through one of his spiels and actually got that, because sometimes it's kind of hard to sit through his response. But okay, sorry about that. Really, Joe, talk to him during your lunch period. Tell him to forget about building hotels and book Chico Beach. Yes, Mr. Velas is 100% mistaken. We are still the poorest community in the nation. And again, I have the charts that were given to us by CDCB that show exactly that. We are stagnant. We have had no growth. This mayor has failed us. This city commission has failed us. Guys, and that's not just Erasmo being negative. Documented facts, guys. And again, I challenge them to counter with anything on here publicly. When are you coming by the ranch? You got to see the deck. How about tomorrow, John? Can I go by tomorrow? Let me know. 9:45. Welcome, Jessica. That's how far we are behind. Ah! Hola, Jessica.
Hi. I don't think I can.
Jessica, Joe, Royal. So everyone's saying that Elon Musk is a smart businessman, and if he recommends we work on the downtown area to stimulate the economy here in Brownsville, it must be true. You're wrong. Elon is trying to better Brownsville. Isn't trying to better Brownsville. That money was either for hush money for the pollution going into our waters and or help him expand, even though the environment folks have denied him to do so. Who runs local courts? We'll see what that 30 million was for soon enough. Let me tell you, I agree with Mike, guys. Again, maybe because I'm in love with him. But besides that, guys, let me tell you guys, I agree with Mike. Jessica, you can put it on your forehead. It's okay. Guys.
So I keep getting blocked by the views, so people don't know who I am.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're good. Let me say, guys, let me say, guys, I agree with Mike, guys. Let me tell you guys, it was kind of like weird that right as soon as the thing exploded and there was all this trash all over the place, and all of a sudden there's $30 million coming our way. And again, I don't know what is in his heart, guys. I don't know what is in his heart. I don't know him personally, and I probably will never get to meet him personally. With that said, folks, let me tell you guys, my concern is what we're going to do with the monies as soon as they come in. And I'm sorry, folks, that money in the hands of this current mayor and city commissioners are not going to go to what is in the best interest of our community as a whole. No way, Jose.
Nothing's for free, Erasmo. And I agree with Mike. Sooner or later, we're going to find out exactly what those $30 million are buying.
Erasmo, did you mention this? This is the article that someone on the other show mentioned. This is the Brownsville. It's the one with Elon Musk and the moon. And it has quite a few quotes from the mayor. And Joe, I don't know if you had a chance to read it, but can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. I'm just going to quote from here. I had one meeting. This is our mayor. I had one meeting with the Musk Foundation already, just to kind of have an initial discussion to see what it is they wanted in return, what they wanted the return to be for the donation. Trey said, we got a pretty good idea. They're going to give the city a lot of deference. And then he goes on. It said, it's too soon to know exactly how the money will be directed. This is right. He's actually linking this story. Mr. Mendez is on from his page. He says, we're still going to discuss the parameters, Trey said. We want to make sure that there's measurables. We want to make sure that we get them a return on their donation. and that we maximize the value of that money and try to leverage it into possibly more money. And then he says, I've made it a priority to make Brownsville a destination city where people want to come, and a city where people who are from here want to come back to. It seems as though our goals have aligned. We have the same visions for downtown Brownsville. So what he's telling us is that they're Trey Mendez is doing what he can to try to leverage more money out of this transaction, these 10 millions. And they're meeting with him and saying, hey, what is it that he wants? What return does he want? This doesn't sound like a favor. It sounds like, obviously it's coming with strings attached, and Trey Mendez is willing to, sell some more of Brownsville to get more money from it. So it doesn't sound very philanthropic if it's just that. He wants, he keeps mentioning get the maximum return for their donation. Last I understood it, a donation didn't come with strings attached, right? It's like a favor.
100%. I read that actually, and I thought exactly the same thing. Guys, what Joe said is very true. Nothing comes for free. They're concerned because of the truth you bring to their forum. They know heads will roll. Let me tell you guys. Roll they will. Jessica, I was thinking about what you told me when you mentioned that Trey said he cannot work with you. Well, then, too bad, because if you win, he will have to work with you. Too bad. So sad.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's kind of like, and again, going back into what a little man he is, and not talking about his size, maybe, but little man he is. Guys, our mayor should not be that involved in campaigns of individuals that could possibly be serving the community of Brownsville, guys. Am I wrong, guys?
No.
Absolutely.
He is trying to influence, guys, the elections. And that is just wrong, guys. Wrong. But
Erasmo, I ran when Mayor Martinez was running. And I know you probably did too. Yeah, you did too. And Mayor Martinez, I went to his events, and I've never heard one word about him where he said anything negative about me, or where he was supporting someone, at least publicly. I mean, that man knew how to keep his mouth shut, and he still does, if you ask me. But no, he never got involved in that. He never brought that kind of fray to the table,
never.
to the seat as mayor. So I can respect that about him, about Mr. Martinez.
Trey's just being a diva. I guess he's been hanging around the drag queens too much. They have rubbed off on him more than we probably know. If Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor of California, I'm going to run for mayor of California. Trey said he doesn't want to throw filth to get involved, yet threw filth and got involved when he mentioned Erasmo mugshot. When he argues he doesn't make any sense. He doesn't, guys.
He doesn't.
He
and
really
can I say something about that mugshot? Because I think it's like the pot calling the kettle black. That saying. It's now, if he cares so much about your mugshot, Erasmo, and he cares about Carlos Elizondo's mugshot, he clearly. Why doesn't he care about? You say it, Joe. Whose mugshot?
Huh?
I said, if he cares so much about Erasmo's mugshot and Carlos Elizondo's mugshot, why doesn't he care so much about
Roy's
mugshot? Right? I didn't say it, but so that's very hypocritical. Because if he really cared about mugshots and he was all about mugshots, and you shouldn't have a mugshot, well, then why is he endorsing someone with a mugshot or two mugshots? Qué hipócrita. Hipócrita.
And let me say, guys, look, guys, one of the things that you have to be very, very careful with, guys, is when you're debating, because I think that's what he wanted to do. When you're out there debating, guys, you don't set yourself up to get smashed down. And Trey is famous for it, guys. And it happened with Tim Lopes yesterday. When Tim Lopes came up and said, well, your record on the BISD board. And I said, okay. I said, you set yourself up, bro. So then I'll mention it. I'll compare my record to your record on the PUP board.
¿Y qué pasó, Erasmo? Tell us.
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh my
It,
God.
it got heated. I picked up my bag of popcorn and drink, and I was
You're
just watching.
kidding.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
and let me say this. I haven't talked to Tim in a long time. Tim and I worked at the Collegian at UTB. And Tim and I and my now husband and another friend of ours, we had a bonfire at the island. I mean, we used to hang out in college. I didn't go to law school, but that's where we kind of split ways. I went to Utah, he went to law school. But so I know Tim, but I don't know Tim now.
I was surprised because I thought Tim was a friend, but again, he set himself up. So I said, okay, I'll compare mine to yours.
¿Y qué pasó?
Well, let me tell you, I shared all my accolades, and I shared all his downfalls, and most notably, February freeze. Most notably, no Tenasca information.
Right.
Most notably, the pay increase to Bruzniak and to these other two guys of a $1 million, guys. So again, you don't set yourself up to be slammed to the ground. And I'm sorry, Mayor Mendez, but the only reason I didn't mention Mr. De Los Santos's mugshots, guys, the only reason was because I wanted to be the bigger man. I'm not, no pun intended, against Trey being so short. No pun intended. I wanted to be the bigger man, guys. And I was. And he went on, and I answered without including any other candidates out there, guys. But, it made no sense. You're out here trying to throw little jabs at Carlos. And again, all his little people were out there applauding. Yes, Trey, you got him. You got him. And again, guys, I could have easily come back. I could have been the ass, guys, and actually shared Mayor Mendez's post where he's endorsing candidates who have multiple mugshots as well. So, Trey, are you really against mugshots, or are you just pretending just to throw blows at people that you don't like?
That is pretending. Por eso dije que hipócrita. Porque si tanto te importara, entonces you would not have endorsed in that direction.
No.
Since
Gowan doesn't pay any taxes, can she please use that money for a hairdresser and some dress shopping? She's in desperate need of it. Let me tell you, that's not the only thing she's in need of. Someone mentioned bedside manner, and I was like, what? Elon Musk has done more for Brownsville than any of the last 10 mayors in city commission. John, let me know. Station Solutions, proud sponsor of tonight's broadcast.
No, honey, I was just checking to see what you're doing. I like that, Aaron. That was funny.
Tim Lopes is a hater. Where is Adela today? Is she in jail? Not yet. Unfortunately, we're still waiting, but it's coming. I know Yvette is not from this area, but let me tell you, when we learned what came out in the trial in regards to Sunshine Solutions, Adela Garza and Sylvia Atkinson and Trey Mendez, let me tell you, man, it was like Christmas. No, she's out enjoying our tax money freely. Good evening, my brother, Jessica Joe. Good evening.
David.
I can't hear her. Súbele la volume.
Ya le subí, ya.
Better. Trey Mendez and his child rapist campaign manager friend molested a young boy. I'd literally have to excuse myself from the room if I knew a pedophile was in there. They're disgusting. And for this man to be okay with that speaks volumes.
Oh, sí, yo recuerdo esa foto. Yo recuerdo.
Yeah, but he's very indignado with individuals' mugshots. One who got actually proven innocent, and the other one who's already worked out everything that the court asked them to work out and took responsibility for his actions.
Did you roll over a car, Erasmo?
Huh?
Did you roll over a car?
No. I rolled inside the car. No. And U.S. Rep Erasmo. Sounds good. Josh is in la island. El Joe, todo defensive. What about my chickens, Vatu? Why doesn't the city take over Fort Brown Golf Course and open it back up? It was a nice little course until the UTV TSC RGB fiasco screwed it up. Yeah, can't hurt. But golf is not a sport. The sad thing is that one time Adela and Trey were respected for the fight they led to save TSC. 100%, guys. Let me tell you, 100%. I think it was more out of self-preservation, David, than anything else. Because if TSC was taken over, and think of it this way, if TSC, and again, I want TSC to be Brownsville's. I stood up, I fought for TSC as well. With that said, they were thinking more of preserving their position on the TSC board than they were about preserving TSC. Because if TSC would have been given to UTRGV, then there would be no need for a TSC board. Self-preserve, not the same sentiment that you and I had, David. I enjoy listening to all of the candidates running for District 3. Garza, another 5-letter word for rat. How many ballots are given to certain people to double or even triple the votes? The official can't do anything about it once it's in the box. Let me say, I would say maybe like 10,000 votes.
I get it.
Voter fraud. There's going to be get them. And if we're like, is this how the extra 8 ballots were received for the school board election? Marisa is stating that we are going to be very surprised, and I'll share of some very little of what she said, but in the context was Marisa, Carlos, Erasmo got screwed by the corrupt political machine in that election, and I believe it. We're soon to find out. Unfortunately for us, not soon enough. Correct. No excuse, but hopefully people are going in knowing who they are voting for. These forums are important for people to watch and get to know the candidates. I agree, but let me tell you, one of the things that is very concerning. Look, right now, someone sent me some questions, and I said, guys, I love questions, guys. I'll answer questions all night. I love questions, guys. But look, the difference, and Jessica, and I've known Jessica and Joe long enough, guys, that I know this for a fact about them, that it's the same thing about me. My answers are not going to change
Say hello.
just to pander to a group that is holding a forum.
Go.
My questions, my answers to questions are not going to change depending on who's asking the questions, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I have had these stances that I'm now running on, guys, for years. I haven't changed them. I haven't modified them. I haven't made them any less impactful, guys. I do not stand for defund the police. I do not care for the LGBT task force, guys. It was wrong then. It's wrong now. I don't want the pride flag flying in any of our governmental buildings, guys. If they want to fly the flag at home, I will fight for their right. I will fight for their right to fly any flag they want in their home, even the Dallas Cowboy flag, guys.
Hey, man. That's
But
fighting
not-
word right there.
But not on city property. And guys, that's simple. Unfortunately for us, Rose Gowan never answered a question to save her life. Never. And Ben Nee spent most of his forums coming after me instead of Joe, his opponent. But I kind of like that. It's sad that people go back and still vote for the same rats. It's unfortunate. Hi, everyone. Erica, hola.
Hi, Erica.
Nominated Erasmo Castro for Mr. Amigo. Preach! The rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. People need to get educated. Thank you for open forums, 100%. Saludos, Jason. Lava. Gracias. This is my ex-wife. SpaceX has been the best thing that's happened to Brownsville. No. I will say absolutely not. I don't agree with that, Jimmy. And I don't agree with that because Brownsville is the best thing that's happened to Brownsville, guys. And let me tell you, our people, our culture, the melting pot that we are here in the city of Brownsville, how accepting we are, our zoos, our beaches, our environment. That's the best thing that's happened to Brownsville. Unfortunately for us, they've been squandered. They've been put on the back burner for far too long. And these companies coming into the city of Brownsville, if not overseen by the right people, guys, will also produce funds that will be pocketed by the politicians who spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, guys, on campaigns, on elections, on posters, on mail outs, on all this other stuff. So, no, guys, our people, and we need to protect and defend everything that comes our way and make sure that we get the best bang for our buck, guys, and not have commissioners and mayors that bend over backwards to appease anyone, including SpaceX. My take. They better not come for churches. I love their jalapeno bombers and iced tea. But I really, really do love their biscuits, though. Those biscuits are the bomb.
Honey biscuits.
Honey, is that for the campaign or Joe's picture?
Oh,
How far behind we are. Love the mullet. $5. Thank you, Nadia. Love you, Nadia.
Okay, I used to have that hairdo in high school.
I believe it.
I did.
So everyone's saying Elon Musk is a smart businessman, and if he were coming to we work in the downtown area, disseminate economy here in Brownsville, it must be true. You're wrong. Elon isn't trying to be better Brownsville. The money was either hush money. We saw this one, did we?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I agree. Everyone that gets raises on the city jobs go outside of Brownsville, spends it in McAllen or elsewhere. If Brownsville taxpayers' money goes elsewhere, guys, yeah. Look, right now they're having it in McAllen, the Dragons and Dinosaurs, guys. I want to go see the Dragons and Dinosaurs in McAllen. I might go tomorrow. Jessica, how do you change that? How are you going to grow employment if no one wants to be in Brownsville? How are you going to convince people to stay in Brownsville?
Why? Well, I guess the first thing we would need to find out is, and we could hire a consulting firm to tell us, right? No. First thing we need to find out is, why are people leaving Brownsville? Are they going because it's better shopping? Are they going because they have a main event? Because they have a Top Golf? That's what we need to find out. And then we have to encourage those kinds of businesses to be here so that we can enjoy them here. However, sometimes businesses do come, say for example, Olive Garden, right, is here, but they don't get the traffic that they should get. Is it because the cost is too high? Our zoo is a perfect example. We have a zoo, but the cost in some cases is very prohibitive. So we have to find that balance. Bring the businesses, encourage the businesses that we want to come here. Let me give you an example. Chipotle is in Harlingen. When my husband is eating and he's not on a detox, we go to Chipotle once a week. If Chipotle was in Brownsville, we would literally be eating here. So we bring the businesses that people want, and then we make sure that besides those businesses, there are also jobs for people to do. Now, sometimes employment comes through an employer, so I work for churches or something. But sometimes jobs just come from people having small businesses. And we already know how difficult Brownsville makes it for small businesses to open up. So even if somebody wants to have their own business, they have such a hard time. I'll give you an example. An individual who lives in the north part of the district went to the city and wanted and showed them the plans. He wanted to pull the permit so that he could get a retail space where it was a high-end butcher shop. Let me tell you that some of he showed me the photos. The cheapest steak cut that they sold was $138 a pound. And when he presented his plans and said, "Hey, look, this is what I'm going to open. I need these permits," the employee at the city of Brownsville looked at him and gave him a dirty look and said, "Why do you want to open that? Nobody wants to buy that." It's like, who asked you? You just work for the city. Give the guy the permits. They gave him such a hard time. He literally left to McAllen to open his business there. And now, before he's even opened his doors, he's already got orders that have come in. So he's already making money before his doors even open. We don't help our future small business owners. So to answer the question, we bring the things that people want here, but we also empower our small businesses to be here so that because they're the ones that are going to hire the most people. And once we get that, we encourage through the city, and not just the Chamber of Commerce, but through the city, encourage people to patronize those businesses. Yeah.
Let me go this back. Carlos was found innocent, but still looks guilty. Yeah, fair. Carlos innocent? I don't know about that. He's bald. Can't trust bald dudes. Oh, I just looked at Mark's picture. Mike! Erasmo solo manda a la merga. Yeah. And let me say, guys, one of the things, and I want to share this story with you. There's a couple stories I'll share tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, but let me share this one with you. When I was on the board, we were having a meeting, and Brisi, Sylvia, and them said, "Well, people are not going to want to come do business with Brownsville because of your post at Erasmo." They mentioned that, and I said, "Folks, people don't want to come to Brownsville because y'all are rats." I told them that. That's why people don't want to come to Brownsville, because y'all are rats. Y'all are rats in the permitting department. Y'all are proven rats in regards to bribery. You're proven rats in regards to the compadres system. That's why business doesn't want to come to Brownsville. They don't want to go through that mess. And let me tell you, there's a lot of ethical people out there that do business, guys. And, they have a reputation to uphold. And they don't want to pay bribes to the city of Brownsville, to the mayor, to the city. They don't want to pay bribes. They want to go to the cities that are going to accept them at their worth, guys. And a lot of people still value, guys, an honest job and a living, guys. And that's something that you cannot find with the current city commission, guys. It's that simple.
I mean, and I think it's real hard for people to understand that kind of mentality actually exists, that those kinds of morals and ethics exist in businesses. Guys, now I'm going to do like Erasmo, guys, or you have to understand that some of these businesses that put out bid, that apply for these bids or bid on these jobs, some of these businesses didn't just kind of pop up like Sunshine, whatever the heck it is. Sunshine Solutions. They didn't pop up overnight. Some of these businesses have a long history, family owned and operated, but they work throughout the country. They're not going to sacrifice their reputation that they've been working to develop for many years in a city or in a town that has an atmosphere or an environment of corruption. I mean, some people actually have ethics.
Some do. El Gay Penis me da risa cuando comenta. La policía de Brownsville me cae bien. Los de McAllen están bien. Oh my God, I'm so behind. Hitler, stop! You stop bullying me. Why did that happen? Anything gacho that I didn't even notice. I don't bully you porque ya me caes bien. Y el 3 meses ya me cayó gordo. Ya duérmete. God, everyone's coming on now. I do. Ronaldo selling themselves out to Musk money. Mayor says he can't control where Musk wants to donate to. How much? Tired of him saying he can't do anything for anyone. Erasmo, you read my mind. I was going to say that same thing. Put the sticker on your forehead. Damn, we are behind.
You are way
I know, that was a long time ago.
He majored in BS 101. Musk, some people call him the space cowboy. Trey Mendez, they call him the Joker. Ben Neese, they call him the smoker.
Well,
some
that's a
people
real
call him the space cowboy. Trey Mendez, they call him the Joker.
Wow.
I got the same guy for the Article 2. Donation is without favor, strings attached, 100%. Deja de comer. I'm trying. Trey Mendez needs to go. We need to vote him out. Amen. Is there something or someone that can intervene the correct Trey, him endorsing others as mayor? Any watchdogs out there? No.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
Brownsville. Mayor Trey Mendez is just so frustrated because he wants to come out as being the first. I don't know. Snoopy Jimmy Cricket died in Erasmo's office. He couldn't find the exit with all the stuff he has there. Sai! No me escubras. Roy Los Santos has true arrest. He's still going to court for the last one. And hey, guys, I did away with mine. Beautiful downtown benefits everyone, and not just his own businesses. I hate this idea that it only benefits them. People from everywhere enjoy those establishments. Also, a downtown is the crown jewel of a city. I disagree with you 100% of the crown jewel of this city is the zoo. I'm sorry. It always has been. It always will be. Well, it has been since the 1970s, 1972, if I'm not mistaken. It has been. It needs to be. That is the crown jewel.
Let me put this in perspective, guys. Everybody, the next zoo that we have that's an actual zoo is in San Antonio. We are McAllen doesn't have a zoo. Even Corpus Christi doesn't have a zoo.
No.
Like the next real zoo is San Antonio. We are so blessed to have that zoo.
Yeah, and again, I'm sorry. A beautiful downtown, revitalized Balian downtown is not going to happen at the end. I'm sorry, it's not. And look, you could beautify parts of it if you want, and that's up to you. We've invested way too much in it already without benefit the city of Brownsville as a whole. Abdiel, we only have 7 ambulances, Abdiel. 7 ambulances for the city of Brownsville. Where are the services to our people? And I was going to share this story tomorrow, but guys, we're almost at 2 hours. Guys, I was going to share this story tomorrow, and I'll share it now. If I may, should I? No, I'll share it tomorrow. But Abdiel, I'm sorry. I completely disagree with you. And again, we need monies to be invested in Brownsville that benefit Brownsville as a whole, not just a little niche part of the town.
Let me add something real quick to Abdiel. Just something. If Elon Musk meets with the mayor and asks the mayor, "Hey, what do you think? I'm going to be donating $10 million. Where do you think it could be best spent?" The mayor should not say, "Let's put it downtown," or shouldn't be suggesting just downtown. He should say, "Well, we have a lot of areas. We have a zoo. We have a downtown. Let's spread the wealth so that other parts of Brownsville can benefit from it." But it's self-serving when he says, "Let's put 10 million into downtown," because 10 million downtown benefits him directly because he owns businesses downtown. Had he spread the wealth, some downtown, some at the zoo, at the Children's Museum, then that's a mayor that cares about the entire city. But when your advice is let's put it all downtown and beautify downtown, because Elon Musk didn't come and say, "Hey, let's beautify downtown." That's my idea. It's the mayor that meets with him and gives him that advice. "Hey, let's put it here," because it's self-serving. So it is a self-serving concept.
And I agree with that. Look at it again. Put some of the money downtown. Sure, man, go ahead. But give the rest of the city of Brownsville, guys, to the people of Brownsville. Joe mentioned Camille Playhouse, the zoo, the children's museum, guys. And I mentioned those up there. I don't mention those just to be an ass. I mention those because those are the 3 groups. The 3 groups that set up a GoFundMe page, man. That's embarrassing, guys. It's embarrassing to me that our zoo, guys, our Camille Playhouse, guys, our children's museum had to set up GoFundMe pages because they needed the money coming in. I'm sorry if that's embarrassing, bro. And I'm not making a big old fuss about it or anything else. It's just, guys, that's just my opinion on it. So I'm sorry. And again, I respect your opinion, Abdiel. I respect your opinion. But I'm glad that you didn't take the mayor's route and throw those little jabby little low blows. This is called a discourse, a discussion. And unfortunately for us, the mayor doesn't have those traits. All I can say is when the first Mars flights take off from Brownsville, I have a long list of who should be passengers. Go launch. I'm here just trying to stay quiet in the background. Yeah. Tim Lopes, bullcrap. His name is Lopez. He crossed through and gave himself. He is Lopes. How tall is Trey? Estimate Erasmo. 4'9".
Is he really? He's really that short?
5'2".
He's shorter than me.
Yeah.
And I'm 5'5".
Yeah, maybe 5'2", 4'9", 5'2". Oh, yeah, I'm just guessing. I don't know. I mean, he wanted to come out in the movie Game of Thrones, the show. And that's what Joe and Jessica. The crazy thing is, we all know. Well, since he was in the movie business, we all know they are watching your show now. Oh God, yes, of course they are. Friends don't fight, make up. Let's not forget the doctor that was also involved with Sunshine Solutions. 100%, guys. All good candidates here.
Hey,
No,
John Weaver.
Vote for Jessica, Puente
thank you,
Bradshaw,
John.
District
Love
3
you,
City
John.
Commissioner.
Love you, Baba. I agree, Abel. What it makes me wonder is that it was not a donation, but a disguised investment. Rolled over the car. No, that Fion's wheels are coming off the ground with an maybe if he leaned into it in the sharp curve, it might not because you're fat. They're just really low. Yeah, yeah. Ay, me muero de sueño. Wait, we're almost done. I promise. I'm sleepy as well. Need to wake up early. Me too. Wait, Dallas Cowboy fan here. Well, you could fly your flag all you want, bro.
Super
Jimmy
Bowl
Crumble,
this year.
Brownsville is the best thing that has happened to SpaceX. Get it right, 100%. Hello, everyone. Best of wishes. Fortunately, even some politicians do not understand the main duty of government protection, our lives and property. Best to all of y'all. Blessings. Blessings to
Thank
you, Miss
you.
Stephen. Love you. I will always consider Jessica and Jonathan good people and old friends.
Oh, Tim, yes. I still have the pictures of the bonfire.
Wow. Tell us about that bonfire.
It was a group party. It was a group party. It was on the Bayside.
Hey,
It was
Tim. How
fun.
you doing, Bubba? I was waiting for and I consider Erasmo a friend too, but I guess I didn't get that today, but that's okay. We leave Brownsville for the leisure, for the food variety, and the special stores, for jobs, for the events. We're almost done, guys. Almost done, I promise. Does your butcher friend have Trump steaks? And if so, acepta estampillas?
Yes, Mike.
So if y'all win this race, how difficult it's going to be to change the mentality of those that have been burned in the past?
We can do it.
Let me say this one thing, guys, because a lot of people thought that when I was going to be on the board, that Erasmo was going to be like, all crazy and outright. No, guys, I maintain my composure, guys. I maintain my composure today with Mr. Mendez, and I have so far. Look, guys, I maintain my composure at every single forum that I've been to because it is a professional stance, guys. And let me tell you, any committee that I've been in, which has been a couple, any board that I've served on, guys, my stance while serving on the board has always been professional and it will always be professional. And let me tell you, anyone on that commission now, even the mayor, if his heart is in the right place and the decision making process is that which makes Brownsville better, then and only then will we be working together well. Then and only then. But again, guys, I will not tolerate corruption. I will not tolerate hiding things from my people. I promise my people to be transparent and always be accountable. Always. Instead of going into the Boca Chica Beach, they're going to Spice
SPI.
because of parking, gazebos, and food restaurants. We go to Harjett Airport for the deals and the other airlines, not our own. We go to McAllen for the leisure and food jobs, not here. We go to Matamoros for lower prices and healthcare. Yes,
Yes, means on target.
yes. Target is expensive.
No,
Uh, it's so expensive. What is that?
on point.
What the heck does Target? Does we never know about businesses not wanting to come here? I'm gonna buy her a purple suit so she can look more like Grimace than McDonald's. We're almost done. No, on YouTube. Good job. Everyone knows the south of Sarita and Falfurus, everything takes a life of its own. Yes. Mike Pineapple, can you make a meme of Rose Gowan on the bike of the witch from Wizard of Oz? Elon is giving money because liberal groups are maybe. Bradshaw, if you win, will you push to put the President Jefferson Davis Memorial back in Washington Park?
Do we know where that rock went? Remember we talked about it last time. It's been lost, perhaps. Yeah. Well, let's find it first, John.
Let me tell you. First of all, let me say I don't know who in their right mind thought that Washington Park was the best place for the Jefferson Memorial Rock in the first place? Because again, guys, I never even knew it existed.
I didn't either.
They never visited it, nothing. I know that I saw a picture where it used to be on Palm Boulevard, guys, and that seems like a pretty cool place for it, guys. At the entrance of Palm Boulevard, it just makes it look pretty cool. But again, I'm sure that those people out there, they're the St. Joe and the rich people of Brownsville probably don't want the rock there. Another option would be maybe Veterans Park. I think the Veterans Group had stated that they wouldn't mind having it at their park, guys. I don't know. There's got to be an option for it. I completely, truly believe maybe where they have that choo-choo, that train inside that museum.
Oh yeah, the train,
Maybe,
the railroad train.
yeah, maybe there, guys.
Ahí estaría muy bien también, sí.
Someplace. I honestly don't know why it was at Washington Park. With that said, you know me, John. I was 100% against it because it's just a damn rock. It's just a rock. I was screaming it. It's just a rock. Erasmo, your cats are probably pissed waiting for you to get home. I love your personality. Super funny and making jokes to make people laugh. But seriously, when you need to, yeah. And people know me in the professional stance, and I am very, very professional. If it's not lost, it's the crappy Brownsville Museum in storage. I don't know. My fear, John. My fear is that they've destroyed that rock.
It's a rock, and it has a plaque. Nothing prevented them from removing the plaque and discarding the rock out in some middle of a field somewhere.
It's right there where the police station is at, Mike, on Madison and between 6th and 7th Street.
Yeah.
I've never seen what the rock looks like, neither.
Big rock.
It's just a rock. We leave Brownsville for Los Fresnos for the cheaper property prices. We go everywhere else for everything, but here we leave Brownsville for the better school district. 100%.
Jasmine needs to run for office.
Yes. Anyone have pictures of the rock? Google search. 1101. It's actually 1201. Guys, I know where it is. Where is it? Joe, last words. Final words.
I'm going to start with Mike. Mike, thank you for that picture. Although I like it better when they're for Erasmo. So let's keep those coming. No, I enjoyed it, Mike. Thank you. I'm actually considering posting that. So Erasmo, make sure you send me that.
I did.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Erasmo, for the invite. I appreciate coming out and having the opportunity. Guys, we're 1 day from completing week one of early voting. It is completely imperative. By the way, I don't know if you talked about it before I came on, Erasmo, but we broke the 300 mark today. Low numbers, low shows, and it is imperative that you guys get on the phone, guys. I'm going to keep at this till May 1st. Do not assume that your friends and family have come out. Right. The longer they wait, the more likely it is that they will not vote. Bring them out, drag them out, your neighbors, your friends, your family. Come out and make a difference, guys. Don't just expect for someone else to make the vote for you. It is important. It is a very important race. We need to take back the city. I appreciate all of you all. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and God bless.
Jessica, last words.
Thank you, Erasmo, for having me here. Thank you to everyone that participated in the discussion. It was nice seeing you, Joe. Folks, absolutely. Get your friends, call, text, message, messenger, whatever. I'm asking for your vote, your support. There are lots of great candidates that come and go and all of that, and they all want your vote. But I really need your vote. Jessica Puente Bradshaw for District 3 City Commissioner. I may not have all the answers, but I will work to get those answers for you. And I'm doing this because our community needs a voice, and I'm willing to listen, get your input. I'm the only candidate that has come out and pledged a town hall, a quarterly town hall. That's 4 town halls a year. And then, of course, that constant communication. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me with them. Again, Jessica Puente Bradshaw for District 3. If you do not live in District 3, I know you know people that live there because we are a very large district. I need your vote. Thank you so much, Erasmo, and thank you so much, everyone.
Guys, same sentiment. Please go out and vote. But, guys, please make sure that you get the right ballot, guys. Please make sure that you get the right ballot and that you cast your vote for the candidates that you want to represent you and your children's interests for the at least for the next 4 years. Guys, thank you guys for being on. Guys, please, guys, tomorrow there will be early voting tomorrow. Joe, did you find out the times?
I believe it's 10 to 6.
10 to 5, I thought too. It's definitely a 10, guys.
Yeah.
10 to 5?
And that sounds
Guys,
right. Sounds right.
10 to 5
Chicken,
tomorrow.
chicken.
Huh?
No, I said that sounds right. 10 to 5.
10 to 5, guys, go out and vote. Please, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Nothing will change unless you come out and vote. Nothing will change unless you bring your family and friends out to vote as well, guys. Please, please. Is that don't be thinking that, oh, Erasmo has a lot of people. No, guys. Don't be thinking that. I'm still struggling to get some of my family members out there to vote. And the reason is that they're just, not doing it. I don't want to give them the reason because I still want them to go vote. After they vote, then I'm going to call them and tell them it took you so damn long. But no, they know I love them. But guys, please, tomorrow is a great opportunity, guys. If you need a ride, is she killing the cockroaches or what? Stop killing the cockroaches. Are you killing the cockroaches?
I'm killing a cockroach.
I heard this sound.
Like, oh my
Santa,
dog
Santa!
that it's a cockroach.
Oh my God. Only on live. Guys, please, guys,
What a great
vote,
ending.
vote tomorrow, guys. And let's kill the cockroaches that infest our city, guys. The big ones, and in case of the mayor, not the complete big ones. Guys, I'm joking, Mayor. I love you. You know that. Guys, have a great evening, guys. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer, guys. Please, please, please. I'll be on tomorrow morning at 9:00 to encourage my people to please go out and vote tomorrow. Tomorrow, 9:00. I'll see you here, guys. Guys, please, please be good to each other and please continue to be good to me. God bless.